It was morning. A simple-looking woman wearing a yellow sari was slowly walking toward the market. No one could have guessed that she was none other than the district superintendent of police, SP Anjali Singh. Anjali had deliberately adopted this disguise so that no one would recognize her. She was lost in old memories, thinking, why not eat momos from a street stall today like the old days? A little further on, her eyes fell on a small cart where a thin, elderly man of about 50 was selling momos. Anjali walked up to the stall and said, "Uncle, please give me a plate of momos." The uncle smiled and quickly scooped hot momos onto a plate and handed it to her. As Anjali began to eat, happiness was clearly visible on her face. She had loved momos since childhood, but duty and a busy life rarely left her such chances. She was quietly savoring the taste when suddenly an inspector arrived with 3 or 4 constables. The inspector stopped by the cart and angrily barked, "Hey, old man, give the money right now." Startled by the sudden voice, the elderly uncle trembled. His hands shook as he stammered, "Sir, it's just the start of the day. I haven't earned anything yet. No customers have come. Come in the evening and I'll give you the money." "I don't have it now." Hearing this, the inspector flew into a rage. Without thinking, he slapped the uncle hard across the cheek. Anjali Singh was stunned to see this. She immediately stepped forward and said, "Stop, Inspector. On what basis are you demanding money from him, and by what right did you slap him? You have no authority to persecute a poor man like this." The inspector glared and said, "Don't interfere. Do you even know what the matter is? Talk too much and I'll arrest you right now. Stand straight." Angry Anjali replied, "Look, what you're doing is completely wrong. The law doesn't say you can extort the poor. This is outright cruelty, and you will have to face the consequences." The inspector, furious, came forward and slapped Anjali hard across the cheek. The blow was so forceful that she staggered a bit, but she quickly regained her composure. Anjali said angrily, "You struck me. Now I will get an FIR filed against you." The inspector laughed and retorted, "And you don't understand. Speak too much and I'll beat you so badly you won't be able to return home. Get out of here or I'll shove you out." Saying this, the inspector grabbed the collar of the momo seller, screaming, "Hey, old man, if you show any smartness, it won't be good for you." Roaring in anger, he shouted, "Bring the money now or I'll have your stall removed." With that, he kicked the cart hard. The cart overturned and all the momos spilled out onto the road. The poor uncle began to cry in fear. He dropped to his knees and started gathering the momos. Then the inspector raised his baton and struck the uncle hard on the back. The uncle folded his hands and begged, "Sir, I'm telling the truth. I haven't earned anything yet. Come this evening, whatever I earn, I'll give it. Please don't beat me. Please forgive me." Seeing all this, Anjali Singh could not tolerate it. Angry, she stepped forward and said, "Uncle, you don't need to beg for forgiveness. These people are committing atrocities on the poor. They have no shame. You all struggle to run your households with great difficulty, and these people are stealing the fruits of your labor. Inspector, now I will teach you your place." The inspector sneered, "Oh, you've got the nerve to show me my place. What's your worth in front of me? Go do your work. If you keep talking, I'll beat you so badly you won't be fit to walk." With that, he and the constable standing with him laughed and began to walk away. As they left, the inspector turned and threatened the uncle, "I'll be back this evening. If I don't get the money, neither you nor your cart will be left." Understand. With that, they walked off. Anjali immediately went to the uncle and gently said, "Uncle, are you all right? Don't worry, go home. I will teach these policemen a lesson." Crying, the uncle said, "Child, why did you do so much for me? You got hit because of me. What can you do? These are policemen. They have been tormenting us for years. We do nothing. You won't be able to do anything either. Leave it." Taking a deep breath, Anjali replied, "No, uncle. This has gone too far. You don't know what I can do. I will make sure these people are punished for their crimes. Don't worry. At home, the incident replayed in her mind, boiling her blood. She resolved that she wouldn't spare these oppressors. First, she would file a report against this inspector and get him suspended. When S.A.O. Manoj Rai's eye fell on the woman in the white sari, he immediately came up to Anjali Singh and said, "Madam, what brings you here? What's your business?" Neither the policeman in the station nor S.A.O. Manoj had any inkling that the unassuming woman before them was actually S.P. Anjali Singh, who had come to file a complaint against her own inspector. In a firm but pleasant voice, Anjali said, "Sir, I want to file a report against Inspector Rahul Thaigai." He slapped an elderly uncle who was selling momos on the street, overturned his cart, and scattered all his goods on the road. When I tried to stop him, he assaulted me as well. He brutalized that poor uncle. That's exactly why I've come here, to get an FIR registered against him. Please write the report immediately. Hearing this, S.A.O. Mano Ray was taken aback. Looking at Anjali with a sidelong glance, he said, "Do you know who you're speaking against?" "He's the inspector here. We can't file a report against him. And anyway, what if he slapped someone? Let it go. What can the poor people do? Don't worry yourself and go home." Anjali Singh's blood boiled at that. She shot back angrily, "Look, don't lecture me about the law. Every citizen of this country is equal, whether poor or rich. If someone commits a crime, action must be taken. Everyone has a right to justice, and if you refuse to file the report, remember I can take action against you too. Understood?" At this, Manoj flared up. Raising his voice in anger, he said, "Do you have the authority to file a report against us? I can have you put inside right now. Don't mouth off and get out of here. You don't know how much power we have. Better to leave quietly." Anjali met his gaze and said, "It seems you and your inspector will need to be shown your place. But remember, when I return, you both will not be able to hold this station." Remember these words, saying that she stormed out of the police station. The constables and other officers inside looked at one another in silence. They all shared the same question in their hearts: who was that woman who walked out speaking so fearlessly? When Anjali returned home, her anger had only grown. She told herself the station needed cleansing. If people like these remained, they would keep robbing the poor of their rights, and the town would be ruined. She resolved to unmask them. She immediately decided to go straight to Deputy Commissioner D.C. Aditya Sharma's office. Once inside, she related the whole truth to the D.C. After hearing everything, the next morning Anjali Singh prepared herself to look like an utterly ordinary woman. Wearing a white sari and with no identifying marks, she went back to the station. As she entered, her eyes fell on a constable, the same constable who had been there with the inspector on the road the day before. Anjali asked him directly, "Where is Inspector Rahul Thaigai?" The constable replied, "Madam, he's gone into town on some work. The S.A.O. is out too." Just then S.A.O. Manoj came in through the back door. The moment he saw the woman in the white sari, he was startled. D.C. Aditya Sharma's face also turned grave. He said sternly, "Madam Anjali, what you've told us is shameful indeed, but for action we need proof. Do you have any evidence?" Anjali immediately took out her phone and said, "Yes, sir. I have proof. When I went to the station to file the report, I had my phone's recording on. It captured everything S.A.O. Manoj said, and look at this video. In it, Inspector Rahul Thaigai is slapping the elderly vendor knocking over his cart. I personally pulled this footage from the CCTV camera mounted at the spot. When the DC watched the recording and the footage, his anger shot through the roof. He said it is absolutely necessary to suspend both of them. If police officers like these remain at the station, people will always live in fear and justice will not be served. No more of this. Tomorrow morning I will call a press conference with all the senior officials, politicians, and the media present. I will expose these actions in front of everyone, and I will suspend them. Madame, don't worry. Wait for tomorrow and please attend the meeting." Anjali nodded and then went home. Next morning, a press conference was convened at the district's largest office. The hall was packed to capacity. Cameras were flashing and senior politicians, officers, the SP, the SDM, inspectors, and other top officials were all present. The atmosphere was tense. Everyone was waiting to hear what would be revealed. The room fell silent. The cameras were on, and the district's senior officials, politicians, media, and police leadership sat facing the stage. Then DC Aditya Sharma took the microphone and in a grave voice said, "Today I have come to tell you about a very serious matter. At a police station in our district, Inspector Rahul Thayagai and SAO Manajai have committed acts that are a stain on the police uniform. The uniform exists to protect the public. Yet these men, while wearing it, have oppressed the poor and made a mockery of the law." Murmurs rippled through the hall. People exchanged stunned looks. Then the DC handed the mic to SP Anjali Singh. Anjali, brimming with quiet confidence, took the microphone and said, "You all know that duty of the police is to serve the people. But when the police themselves commit oppression against the public, we must raise our voices. A few days ago, I witnessed Inspector Rahul Thayagai and SAO Manoj Ray extorting the poor with their own hands, assaulting them, and abusing the law. I have personally gathered evidence against them. Now, please watch at that." The large screen in the hall played the video. The footage clearly showed Inspector Rahul Thayagai slapping an elderly Momo vendor on the roadside, overturning his cart and intimidating him. Then the scene changes, and inside the police station, SAO Manoj Rai is misbehaving with the woman, flatly refusing to file the report. As soon as the video ends, the entire hall erupts in noise. The media's camera flashes intensify. Several politicians standing in anger shout, "Such officers have no right to remain in service." Immediate action must be taken after this. SP Anjali Singh plays her recording for everyone. In it, the disgusting words of Manoji and his clear refusal to register the report echo throughout the hall. The atmosphere grows even hotter. Everyone is filled with rage. Then DC Aditya Sharma picks up the microphone and in a stern voice declares, "From this moment, Inspector Rahul Thayagai and SAO Manajai are suspended with immediate effect. Departmental proceedings will begin against them. Such people have no place in this department. No one is above the law, not even the police." The hall roars with applause. The media's cameras flash continuously. Many politicians step forward to support the DC decision. At that moment, a senior leader stands and says, "Honest officers like SSP Madam Anjali Singh are the true pride of this district. The step you have taken will keep the common people's trust in the police alive." Anjali Singh takes the mic and says firmly, "This fight was not just for one elderly cart vendor, but for every poor soul who has silently endured injustice for years now. No poor person needs to be afraid. The law is equal for everyone." The hall echoes with thunderous applause. Inspector Rahul Thayagai and SAO Manajai are immediately escorted out of the station under police watch. Shame and anger are written all over their faces. When Anjali Singh steps outside, the media cameras surround her. With confidence in her voice, she says, "Today a new example has been set. From now on, no poor person will wander door to door for justice. Whoever oppresses the people will face this very outcome." From that day on, the entire district was abuzz with one message. SP Madam had delivered justice. Tears filled the Momo vendor uncle's eyes, but this time they were not tears of pain. They were tears of relief. Through Anjali Singh's courageous step, a powerful message spread across the district. The law is equal for everyone.